Hey, ladies and gents, it's Zemback, and what the fuck is he playing at? He's playing a light tank. As much shit as I give light tank players, I do play light tanks. A fair amount. Playing my favorite light tank of all time, Ru-251. And I've had these videos before about me. I rail on light tank drivers. A light tank driver can make a huge difference in a game, and especially for maps like this, where it's all about location. And I literally, like, maybe a week ago, I told the light tank driver that was playing on the light tank on this map that I would give him 1,000 gold if he could stay alive the whole all the game, as much as possible. And yeah, he lasted about 2.5 minutes. So, light tank, even more than artillery. I mean, I've had artilleries, whatever, but light tank drivers in general, one of my pet peeves, right? Maybe because there's so many light tank drivers that probably maybe shouldn't be driving that tank. That kind of thing. In this game is kind of an example of what I'm talking about. I do no damage this game, right? I played nothing but a pure light tank, relying on my speed, maneuverability to light targets for my team. Essentially the quintessential role of a light tank. Like I said, I do no damage this whole game, but for the most part, keeping lights on the enemy team for my team is going to produce a win. I'm just rolling the edges here, trying to keep these guys lit. I have 705 Amashin tier 9 tanks in the background. Yeah, it's just not good. And not just these tanks over here, but these tanks over here on the 6th line. This is one of those deals where if you have tanks up on the hill up there, they're going to get spotted and they're going to get smashed by the guys sitting like where the ISM is. So what you're seeing me here constantly doing here is just keeping these guys lit. I have a Yag Tagger in the back. That's a fucking hellacious gun. Picked up the 4190, picked up the T54, and I'm not trying to do a passive scout for a reason. This just doesn't. You just can't. I've seen it done, but 9 times out of 10, if you do have an active scout like what I'm doing right here, that guy that's sitting in the bush right there on the E12 will probably get lit. Especially if I know if I start getting spotted when I come up the hill, then I actively counter scout him because he's going to be a pain in the ass. So I know I have a Type 5 here. I'm trying to keep lit for the bat chat, of course, so he has something to shoot at. And once again, like I said, I'm trying to keep as much of this stuff lit as I can here. So you're going to see me kind of dip over here once in a while. Keep the Type 5 heavy lit. And really, essentially, this is just going to be me driving around in circles, paying attention to the map, right? Making the decision where to go, what it needs to be lit, when it needs to be lit, who's paying attention and who's not paying attention here. So you're going to see me kind of go, I'm going a little high over to this side because I know there's a conch over here in ISM. I want to keep them lit. The Type 5, he's just going hull down here. He's just pretty much hanging out right there. And I'm kind of wondering why I don't get more artillery strikes, but hey, it's artillery. But you see me not crest the ridge, right? All you need on your tank is for your cupola to be above the ridge. So what I'm doing here, of course, is not extending myself that far. I'm also not getting lit when I come over this far, so I know there's nothing over here on the 1-2 line. So it's a 4-4 game. Believe me, this turns into a bigger shit show pretty soon. Actually, more than pretty soon. It's going to start turning here pretty crappy here shortly. So, pick up the Type 5. I got the Object 26V4 up here. 48 Patton finishes off the mutts. And now we're starting to, you know, lose a little bit here. So I'm going to kind of screw over here, see what I can find. No go. And we're back this side here. Pick up the E4. So now I know I have a Type 4. I have an E4. And he is, of course, just sitting there. We're just going to, like I said, keeping the lights on him so I have my players have something to shoot at. Back up, checking out the Type 5. Also picking up the Conch and the ISM. Because if I'm going to make that run, I'm going to make sure that I have enough that I'm picking up everybody, right? So, the zero line has died. This is the part of the problem with this. I'm going to try to keep this down as much as I can. And luckily, the Wheezy is paying attention. He's headed that way. So that means I don't have to go where I don't have to go light the zero line. And this is, like I said, once again, all about paying attention as much as possible. So, pick up the Conch. Can't find the Type 5, so obviously he's gone into the trees somewhere. The Conch and the ISM are hanging out right here, so we're just going to give them a little something to look at. However, there is a 48 Patton up on top of the hill, and he just wrecked the 268. So, picked up the E4, picked up the Type 5 again. Once again, I'm never overextending because I know there's shit over there. So, now we're at 4-8. We're down 4 tanks. Seems legit, right? So, nothing over here to keep the ISM and the Conch spotted. So, I'm going to go a little high just to pick them up. Picked them up, and yeah. Fuck you, RNG. That's just fucking crazy. Full speed, 66 kilometers an hour. 48 Patton throws out a bullshit RNG. I won't comment on it because it's just, yeah. I just won't. So, we're just going to keep, like I said, we're keeping the ISM spotted. We're keeping anything over there on that line spotted. Now, at some point, these guys are going to get a little ballsy. You know, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to try to get these guys spotted again. Yep, there's ISM. He's coming down, and he's going to take a pot shot at me. Misses, and he's getting wrecked. So these guys had literally, at one point, down to 118 hit points. Tracked him again. Finally make it over the hill. Yeah, Conch's dead too. So, we were down 4 tanks. Now we're down 3 tanks. Got the Conch. And they finish him off. With the position that I'm in, I'm making them come to me. I'm making them try to stop me. I'm at, like I said, 118 hit points. The more they start shuttling tanks in to kill me, because right now there is no eyes. My team has no eyes but me. Pick up the Louvet. He's trying actively to shoot me. So back up and over. Yep. We'll dip down below the ridge here. And see if we can pick up some more damage. He's pulled into the low spot. Doug. 6-8 right now. We've pulled it back. And now he's in this position here. Like I said, this is where I'm going to have to keep him slid. So they pulled him off, picked him up, TVP. I didn't get the spotting for that, which is bullshit. Apparently the TVP did. Whatever. Back up, there we go. We still have the Type 5, still have an E4, and that's about the time I noticed Bat Chat. He is making a run for it. Let's see over here if I can give him a little bit of hand. Keep him lit. Ooh, T-28 picks up the Udes. And now, guess what? He's after me. Artillery makes a nice shot on the Bat Chat, and we're just going to keep him lit. Yep, there we go. Finish him off. It's only about 5K for spotting. And we have, there's the E4, there's the T-54, and the Wheezy has finished off the cheer on the top. So, back up the hill here. There's the Type 5. He's looking for me. However, I did catch him right at the crest of the hill, so it puts him in kind of a bad position. Pick up some more damage. And once again, like I said, I'm not exposing myself to any more than I have to. I got a TVP, a Yag Tiger, and a Tiger 2 back here. So, back over we go. Pick up the T-54. Oh, puts a shot at me. Now I'm kind of, I'm hoping, praying that he doesn't want to come over here, but he does. Puts a shell into me, which is all right. Like I said, we've brought it back from 4 tanks, and now he's sitting in a position where he's just going to get wrecked. So ended up with 5,845 spotting. Yeah, exciting, and that is light tank driving, in my opinion. Being able to read the map, know where to go, and keeping the lights lit when you are down. Most tank, like I said, most light tank drivers usually die relatively quick because they overextend, they put themselves in bad positions and whatnot here. So T-54, he's pushing on the Yag. Yag's like, nah, fuck it. I'm just gonna finish him off. Picks up the TVP picks him up, and there's my dead carcass. Wheezy's finally moved in position here, finds the T-28 Proto, finishes them off. TVP did, and down they go. These guys, I do believe, Wheezy ended up with 5K, the Yag Tiger had 5K, and I think the TVP ended up with 4K. So, yeah, once again, I'm not being critical. Well, yeah, I'm being critical of light tank drivers, and it just fucking annoys me to no end. If you're sitting in a bush next to a TD, most likely he's got better view range than you. If you're overextending, if you're getting dead because of bad choices, you're not helping your team win. Like I said, good light tank driver will really change the game relatively quick here. So I got one more video for you guys to do on a little more light tanking, and I find it, probably one of the harder things to do correctly in this game is, of course, drive a light tank. So one more video for you guys to check out on light tanks. Hope you guys enjoy it. Alright guys, back with another video on the Ru-251. This is a tier 10, mostly big chunk of tier 10 and all the rest tier 9s. We were talking about scouting earlier, and what I'm going to do here is just show a little bit more about, I just can't harp on this enough. Light tank drivers drive me up the fucking wall for some reason. I don't know why, just because you see a lot of them hiding in the back, or you see them sitting in a bush that does them no good, or you see them go to the heavy line and play peeky pokey with an E100, shit like that. Light tanks have a very specific role. If I never fire my gun during a game, which is fine, as long as I'm bringing in that assisted damage, I could care less. So, this map, we know everything coming from that spawn down there is going to, any heavies or whatever, are going to go usually to the city. Usually. Sometimes they go up here to the center, but for the most part, they have a tendency to trek that way. So what you're going to see me do, I'm going to counter spot this set of bushes here, and I'm almost going to try to pick up the T-110, or pick up any heavies that are crossing. The reason why I'm doing this is I'm trying to stop them from moving to the city, right? Standard B picked him up. What I'm doing here is, of course, anybody that's out a ways from here, I was going to have to go all the way around to get into town. By staying here and keeping these guys lit, I'm pinning them to this position. Pick up the standard B. Like I said, counter spot this part right here, so my guys crossing here don't have to worry about getting shot. Yeah, so that's why you're seeing me making these runs right here. I'm trying to counter spot. I'm trying to keep these guys pinned. And on this, like I said, once again, this is what a good light tank driver does. Pay attention to the map. You know where the fucking tanks are going to go. So take advantage of it. So, 54 didn't get the spotting off that. Apparently I didn't have him in sight when it happened. Go figure. He's getting wrecked. But yeah, he attempted to come up here. Standard B, he looked like he tried to make a run for it. Got the E5 again. just, like I said, just trying to keep them lit. I'm trying to be that asshole. So he picks off the T95 E6, but we already knocked out 2 of their tanks. So E5 still sitting in the bush. He obviously can't go anywhere. So yeah, we're just going to keep poking down here. We're just going to try to keep them lit. We're just going to try to keep them pinned, right? I'm not sure where the E100 went. I'm just see if there's anything else possibly down there. Pick up the E75. Yeah, he's going to be... Nope. Sorry, buddy. That's what I mean by trying to keep as much as a little of your tank as exposed as possible. However, like I said, with E75 there, picked up the IS-7. And now I'm also giving my team an idea what is coming down the 890. So this is all information you're providing for your team when you're scouting. So, about 1,800 so far spot assisted. Got the IS-7 going through here. Unfortunately, there's not anybody here to shoot this guy anymore. The mediums have moved across the other side, so now we have a push going. So, I'm going to react to this. I'm not really worried. We have a 4502, we have an IS-7, that kind of thing here. Try to pick up the standard B, nothing. So we have a lot of tanks here. My job now is to be a nuisance. I'm going to try to save these guys' HP as much as I can by offering them a target to shoot at here. Conway, yeah, there's the 704, 95E, T50 right there. So I'm going to move on through here. I know these guys can see me. They're on the outskirts of my view range here. So we're going to move back to the, I should say, render range. I'm going to try to get the Conway's attention. Yep, there he is. He's going to start looking for me. He sees me right here. Put a shell into him. Now, he's not shooting at anybody else now because he's, of course, now interested in what I'm doing. Drop off the hill. He's looking. He's watching. See how he's watching me? Yep. Okay. That lets my team put a big hurt on him. So, up to 2,200. Picked up the T30 while I was at it. Ooh, Hawker Hurricanes. Hi, buddies. Gonna roll in here. See if we can pick up the T30. Picked up the E100. 4502. Shit. Oh, the 4502 fucking nails a big one in my track. Of course he nails my track. Now I'm scrambling here. But hey, that's alright. Every time they move over to take a shot at me, they're getting pummeled. Because I know the reason I'm doing it is because I have, look at all these fucking tanks, right? They are providing me support. So, I'm vanishing. And now it's time to... yeah. So, they've killed the 4502 to the north. E75, IS-7 have no eyes. 53-5, yeah, these guys don't have any eyes. So it's time to change course. It's time to provide them with something to see here. And now I'm back out of view range as much as possible. Pick up the E100, pick up the 4502. Like I said, with my view range and whatnot, it lets me do a lot of this picking up stuff. So, and as you see, the amount of damage that I can rack up just by running right at the peripheral edge of the deal. So 704 is here. IS-7's coming down here. E75. So now the T95 E6 is in a bad position here. What I'm doing here, of course, is take some of the pressure off of him. So back around we come. 704. He's looking at me. He's like, "Oh, there we go. Somebody's after me here. We're gonna track him." Oh, there's E75. I got 26 hit points. That's all. Fuck, that's all I need. So put a track shot into him. And yeah, there we go. I love it when plan comes together like that. So we have an E100 left here. I have an IS-7, and of course the T10 E5, E75. He's like, I want to shoot that fucking damn little Ru-251, but it ain't gonna work, buddy. Sorry. So picked up some more spotting damage. They've worked over the 704. I did my job. I've taken their attention away from my teammates. And now I'm just going to sit here and be a nuisance. I'm going to wait here and see what happens. There he goes. Comes through. Put a shell into him. Track him. Unfortunately, like I said, nobody's got any shots on him. So I don't have much of a choice here. Around the corner we come. Got the E100 here. IS-7 decided to go back around the corner of the building. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to wait. I was so hoping he was going to back up a little bit more, but he didn't. So, they've rushed the E100. We've literally just wiped the floor with them. So around the corner we come here. I'm just hoping for him to pop around the corner so I can put a shell into him. Come around the corner here. Oh, they kill him. It's alright. Pick up the T-92. And, yeah. 458 damage, 5,500 spotting. And did my job. No kills. That's alright. Poor damage, but, you know, I'm a scout tank. I'm just letting you guys know. I said this is one of my pet peeves in World of Tanks is fucking scouting. Lack of scouting, understanding how the maps flow, where the tanks go, that kind of thing. Hopefully, through my rambling, you guys kind of get a little bit better idea. If you're just getting into scouts, or if you still want to kind of work on your scouting game, yeah, hopefully these help.